Mastering responding to questions involving a comprehensive guide and tips. Responding to questions involving judgment. During an interview, you might encounter hypothetical questions that require you to exercise your judgment in assessing potential actions in a given situation. Alternatively, you may face questions where you're asked to express your opinions on topics or issues relevant to the job. Hypothetical and issue-based questions serve to evaluate various aspects, including your values, motivation, knowledge of the job or sector, and verbal reasoning skills. While your answers to these questions may not directly demonstrate your job-specific skills or competencies, they provide insights into your ability to form and defend opinions based on sound reasoning. Here are examples of the types of questions you might encounter. Describe a situation where you had to make a tough judgment call. What was the outcome, and how did you handle it? Answer: in my previous role, there was a project deadline approaching, and we were facing a critical issue. I had to decide whether to allocate additional resources to meet the deadline or request an extension. After evaluating the options and consulting with the team, I decided to reallocate resources to ensure we met the deadline without compromising quality. The project was successfully completed on time. Can you share an example of when you had to prioritize conflicting tasks? How did you decide which tasks were most important? Answer: in my last position, I often faced conflicting priorities. I utilized a priority matrix, considering factors like urgency, impact, and alignment with organizational goals. I would then assign tasks based on this matrix to ensure the most critical tasks were completed first, while managing the less urgent ones effectively. Describe a situation where you had to assess risks and benefits to make a crucial business decision. How did you approach it? Answer: when our company was considering entering a new market, I led a team to assess the risks and benefits comprehensively. We conducted thorough market research, analyzed the competitive landscape, and projected potential returns on investment. After weighing the risks and benefits, we presented our findings, enabling the leadership to make an informed decision to enter the market. Have you ever had to deal with a team member who was not performing adequately? How did you handle the situation, and what was the outcome? Answer: yes, in a previous role, I had a team member who was consistently underperforming. I approached the situation by having a candid and constructive conversation with the individual to understand the root cause of the performance issues. We devised a performance improvement plan together, providing necessary support and guidance. Eventually, the team member's performance improved significantly, benefiting both the individual and the team. How do you approach making decisions when there's limited data or uncertain outcomes? Answer: in such situations, I rely on a combination of available data, expert opinions, and my experience to make an informed judgment. I believe in mitigating risks by developing contingency plans, staying adaptable, and involving stakeholders for diverse perspectives. Regular re-evaluation and adjustment of the decision as new information becomes available are key components of managing uncertainty effectively. Describe a time when you had to make a judgment call based on ethical considerations. How did you approach this decision, and what were the outcomes? Answer: in my previous role, I encountered a situation where adhering to company policies conflicted with ethical principles. I chose to prioritize ethical conduct and raised my concerns to the appropriate channels within the organization. This decision upheld our values and resulted in a positive shift in the company's policies, reinforcing an ethical culture within the team. Share an example of when you had to handle a crisis or urgent issue. How did you decide on the best course of action under pressure? Answer: in a previous role, we faced a critical system failure during a major product launch. I immediately assembled a cross-functional team, identified the root cause, and proposed a plan to address the issue swiftly. I prioritized actions based on their potential to restore the system and minimize downtime. Through effective collaboration and rapid decision-making, we managed to restore the system within the shortest possible time, minimizing the impact on our users. How do you ensure your judgment remains unbiased and fair when dealing with diverse opinions and perspectives within a team? Answer: I actively promote an inclusive and open environment where diverse perspectives are valued. To maintain unbiased judgment, I listen attentively to all viewpoints, encourage open dialogue, and assess ideas based on their merits rather than personal biases. I also seek input from various team members and stakeholders to ensure a comprehensive and fair assessment before making a decision. To prepare for such questions, conduct thorough research on the sector you are applying to. Stay updated with current news and hot topics. Here are some tips to help you tackle these questions effectively. Take a moment to carefully consider the question and its underlying context. Attempt to relate your response to your personal experiences or factual knowledge. Even if you lack direct real-life experience, consider instances where you may have shadowed someone in a relevant job or recent readings. Structure your response logically, staying focused on the main points and avoiding unnecessary details. Apply your own judgment when presenting your views and ensure your argument is well-reasoned. Conclude your answer with a clear summary to reinforce your key points. Be prepared for the possibility of the interviewer challenging your ideas. Remember, their aim is not to catch you off guard but to assess your ability to articulate and defend your stance while appreciating alternative viewpoints. While you might lack direct real-life experience, you may have gained insights through shadowing someone in a relevant job or recent reading. When crafting your response, aim for a structured and concise presentation. Avoid unnecessary elaboration. Ensure that you exercise your own judgment to articulate your opinions and build a well-reasoned argument. Conclude your answer with a clear summary to reinforce your key points. Anticipate that the interviewer may challenge your ideas. Remember, their intention is not to trap you but to evaluate your ability to advocate for your perspective and appreciate alternative viewpoints. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips.